Hey, we're Dice, and we're here with Milky in Sydney.
Dice was created from our friendship in high school. Tom, Regan and myself, we went to school together since we were 13 years old. So over high school, our kind of passion for music grew, and especially during the COVID times, we played pretty much every day when we were locked up in our houses. So it got to a stage where we started to write our own music, and that just formed the idea of let's just create a band and see how it goes. And the momentum carried, and now we're 2.5 years in and it's going pretty well.
I think when we were sort of writing Time Will Tell, we were going for a bit more of a mature and polished sound with our music and songwriting, especially like the lyrics.
Yeah, so it's pretty much about looking towards the future in an optimistic sense, how time can heal wounds, and
sort of understanding that some things are out of your control, and letting things take their course. You can only control so much in your life, and sort of accepting to let go of things that aren't in your control, which is a really interesting concept, which sort of comes across so many parts of our lives, whether it's work, whether it's the music, whether it's friendships, things that are always just going on, especially it's pretty hectic.
I think we broke every song back down to the bare of what it could be, and we haven't held on to a collection of songs this long before. Every song we've ever had and released has had it for Stop Sign was written the day before in the studio record. All these I felt like we took a bit more time, refined them all the way down to guitar tones and all that to make sure we're heading in the direction sound we want to head in.
Yeah, and I also think we went into the studio with an open mind. Everyone was pretty keen to hear everyone's ideas and kind of construct the song from the idea in the studio, and it worked pretty well, yeah.
And I think with all of our influences, we really dove really deep into our influences, sort of with the as Regan was saying with Stop Sign and Double Espresso, we sort of really only looked to Australian influences like Ocean Alley, Spacey J and the Vans and stuff. But with this EP, we definitely looked at sort of more international influences like Arctic Monkeys, The Strokes, Vaccines and all those guys.
Particularly with this EP, expanding on our previous music, I think our kind of mentality and the direction we wanted to go with was to envision our music at somewhat of a big festival in the world, or a big stadium tour. So that meant big drums, open chords in the chorus, really hooky melodies. And I think we kind of captured that in different areas of the EP in different themes and styles, which I think was a great improvement from what we had previously. I would say pieces. I think it might not define us I don't think it's the most definitive song that explains what our music is, but I think it's a real dynamic and complex way of showcasing our music. I think it's a very good array of the guitars with the drums, with the bass, and then my vocals as well. I think it kind of carries a story which goes from the start to beginning, and I think it can definitely appeal to a lot of audience.
Mine would definitely be Stockholm. I think that track as a whole just has every element of Dice, whether it's Ben's really strong vocals or my big open reverb guitar chords, then going into a riff, and Regan's bass, and with the bass and drum and bass sections where it really drops down and it's really punchy. I think just that song has so many different elements that really can capture anything, whether you're into your more rock stuff, whether you're into your Brit pop or stuff. It really has something for everyone.
Yeah, I would probably say Eyes Ahead. That song just captures our energy in a nutshell, I feel like, and the lyrics behind it as well, important to us, I guess, as a band.
Gonna agree with Lenny. Eyes Ahead, every time we finish playing that song, I always look at Lenny. It's my favourite part of the set, but as recorded, it does capture the Dice energy that we want, the, not cockiness, but self-confidence that we can, and we're having fun with it.
From the get-go, it's got that just guitar riff straight away. We took so long on working out how we wanted that song to start off with. Originally started super slow in halftime or something the verse is in, but we were nah, we need to punch them straight up, and the guitars come in, the drums come in. It's full energy as soon as you press play, which is really sick. That's my favorite thing about Eyes Ahead, definitely.
Oh, that's a hard one. I feel like a lot of the lyrics I write are kind of based on what I think I've seen or heard or experienced in like the recent past. So like for instance, I think two of my favorites actually is one from Eyes Ahead. I do an ode to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which is one of the shows I like loved and I watched like religiously growing up. So that definitely put an impact on like my style and just general like awareness of both like culture and just family. So yeah, putting that in I think was a really sick thing for me, and I think a lot of people, including Triple J, noticed the ode as well, which is really cool. And then the other one was a bit of a cheeky one in Stockholm where I think I watched that animated movie Megamind the night before. I wrote the lyrics. It was because that song's about kind of opening yourself up and identifying things which might be deceiving. Using the Megamind's disguise line, I think, was a really cool way of describing that and appealing to that kind of our demographic of people who definitely knew what that movie was.
I think the pre-chorus of Stockholm, I'm going to keep coming back to Stockholm. I can't get it out of my head. Where it's just like the big open chords where Ben's vocals of like, something's in the air outside. Which way do I go to Stockholm? Like really just like, it just hits different. And like knowing that when we wrote the song, we sort of had the idea and theme of Stockholm Syndrome and doing a bit more of a Gen Z take on that. Just like really having that punchy line of actually putting the song title in the song, because in a lot of our songs until this EP, they didn't actually say, like Double Espresso doesn't say Double Espresso, Tickets doesn't actually say Tickets and stuff. So really cool to have like that identifying feature in the song.
I would definitely agree with the Stockholm pre-chorus. I think that's one of my favourite lines that Hodgie's come up with. I think it just suits the vibe of the song, and like if I was in the crowd watching that, I would just like grab my mates at a festival or something and be having a ball, and it's like it's sentimental.
Tough love, like when Hodgie says "feel it in my soul," not necessarily because it's like exactly a lyrical genius, but when we're in the studio before he went in to do the vocal take, I was like, "Make me cry, Hodgie, make me cry," and I did feel it in my soul, and like, every time it comes up, like every live performance, I find myself just sitting there watching him just punch it out. That's a really, really good moment. I love it.
I think, definitely each song and project sort of takes like its own course. Like even with like some of the EP songs, like Silky Blend started with me and Lenny writing some guitar riffs in a garage. Other ones like Pieces, Ben sort of had like the lyrics and the melody the way he sort of wanted it, like before he sort of came into the jam room. But I mean, then like Stockholm, that all started when we were all hanging out together on tour, like on the couch on a day off, just like writing music. Then we didn't touch it again until we were all in the rehearsal room, and then it just came together. So yeah, each song sort of like takes its own course, which is really cool. It's not like one sort of structure where Ben writes everything, then we play whatever Ben wants. So it's cool. There's like ego's always left at the door with us, which is a huge thing. And everyone, like at the end of the day, like I play guitar, I'll get the final say on my part. Same with Lenny and Regan. But we know that if you're giving advice, it's always what people have the band's best interest in mind for sure. Yeah. Energy.
Major Perth energy, I think. This is our first headline tour, and it's pretty much been exactly a year since our first ever time over east. So, especially with how well the tickets sold, I think we have the most motivation we've ever had to kind of give not just the set with like the musical aspect, but a full performance that we know that the crowd deserves. And we want to give something that will actually linger on with people and be like, oh, we're going to remember that for 6 months. Let's buy tickets to the next show as soon as we can. Because at the end of the day, we're doing this because we love music, but we also know that like the feeling that we get when we impact people and people actually come and pay money to come see us is an undescribable feeling. So we want to provide the best we can possibly do. So big sing-alongs and then some really questionable dance moves, but something like that, yeah. Arctic Monkeys and Adele.
Yeah, right now Arctic Monkeys, heavy guitar riffs, good shit.
I'd probably say Strokes mixed with Catfish and the Bottom End.
Yeah, Monkeys for sure. I mean, if I could meet Alex Turner, that'd be pretty cool. See Monkeys again.
I'd probably say it'd be cool to do one with Lime Cordiale.
That would be sick. I reckon doing something with Hilltop Hoods. Shout out Hilltop Hoods. Getting Ben on a track, I reckon would be really, really fucking sick.
I want to rap for Hilltop Hoods.
No, you can sing. Ben's not rapping. That's not happening.
I'd like to collab with Leon Bridges. Something a bit different, but it'd be sick. Recently, 21 by Adele.
Oh, good one. The Stranger, Billy Joel. Great album. She really shows off like the bass lines and really, really strong in that, and like taking that and then turning those into guitar riffs is pretty sick.
I'd probably say it's not really like our music, but Currents is a big one. Yeah. I love Currents, Tame Impala.
Breakfast in America by Supertramp. Surf's Up.
Yes,
Surf's Up.
I agree with that.
Good question. I'm gonna say something like Pulp Fiction, something Tarantino, super like old school vibes, like keep the guitars cool, keep everything like super intense.
Can I say a TV show? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I reckon that'd be sick. Or Lords of Dogtown with Heath Ledger. Yeah. Holy shit, there's a lot of people. Or I wonder what the other guys are doing right now.
I don't really think. I sort of just get up there and it's all like muscle memory, and I just look at the guys and smile and it feels fucking good.
I think all I'm thinking the whole time is don't drop the sticks. No, you're kind of even in a mode and you just lose it. You lose yourself. Yeah. So I'm not really thinking too much, but yeah, don't drop a stick.
Yeah, I don't really have any conscious thoughts. If I do, I'll start to mess up because then I'm probably not thinking about what I should be doing. But other than that, no, just having fun.
I'd go Hannah Montana. So Miley Cyrus?
So Miley Cyrus? Miley Cyrus, she's killing it at the moment. That Flowers track.
But Hannah Montana, dude.
She is pretty cool, but I never really watched it that much, to be honest. I didn't get Foxtel as a kid, so.
Billy Ray Cyrus. Oh, Hallelujah, Jeff Buckley.
Crocodile Rock, Elton John.
Oh, I don't know. It was a Maroon 5 song, probably. That's all I'm going to say.
When You Were Young by The Killers.
Oh, good song.
Good song.
AC/DC.
John Mellencamp. That was sick, by the way.
Probably the Wiggles, honestly. Like, you know those ones where everyone went to be like 4 years old?
Jason Derulo. Dice, nah, I'm kidding. Maybe it was like 5 years ago, but Matt Corby.
1975, and I take back my answer. If we can collab with Matty Healy, that would be fucking sick.
Reagan's not happy with that one.
I would probably say Arctic Monkeys was up there when we saw him at Falls. Yeah, that's a safe answer.
Yeah, Arctic Monkeys.
Spice Girl.
Who? Backstreet Boy.
Backstreet Boy.
Spice Girl.
We used to walk out to Backstreet's Back there was a couple of gigs where we did that. Reagan was not happy with that one.
Pencil Starch Spice.
Just expose yourself. Salty Spice.
Yeah, because you get salty all the time.
Yeah.
Expose yourself, mate. Chuck. Definitely Chuck.
I reckon, like the new music from Labyrinth. He has like the sickest voice, so I reckon he could do a very cool rendition.
I'd definitely like to see Lime Cordiale do a take on our songs, because they always take shit and put it on their head and it sounds fucking sick.
Someone in a completely different genre would be cool.
John Butler, that'd be pretty cool.
I would say GTM in Bunbury. We played a couple of weeks back. That was by far the highlight show we've played.
I hate to say it, but yeah, probably Beatles.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah, Beatles, hands down.
Nina Simone. Enjoy the little things and soak it all in, because at the end of the day you can't control like what's exactly in a year's time, so you might as well ride the wave and enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely soak it up, because you never know like which day could be your last, whether it's like not fucking like that, man. Like you never know like how like much longer you got doing the stuff you love, so soak it up and enjoy every moment.
I would probably say to my future self, don't grow up.
Yeah.
Like mentally, just like stay young. Yeah, I'm always gonna stay a child.
Yeah, I mean, across the board, as long as you're still enjoying it, keep doing it. But like, don't start doing things you're not enjoying just because like you feel like you have to do anything. When did we have our first jam? What was that? It's pretty.
The first jam.
It's pretty early days. 100%. Yeah, May 2020. It's pretty early days. Like straight up, like this shit's fun. So
yeah. I would probably say, yeah, when I was talking to you boys, and we was like, you needed a drummer. I would say that's kind of when I wanted to, kind of shift my mindset towards like doing it right, becoming a musician. Yeah.
From when I was little, I reckon like just like singing to like ABBA and stuff in the car with my parents. I always wanted to like be on the big stage and stuff, and then never really like had the chance like to learn much like musically and like theory and stuff. So I only really like started taking things seriously like when lockdown hit, and me and Ben were in a share house, and then just like been playing covers for like 5 years or something, and like couldn't come up with anything original. And then we hit that like first chord of reality, which I think we wrote like exactly 3 years ago yesterday, which is pretty cool. But yeah, like when we wrote that was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. I think it was when I was about 15, 16. We had a grand piano, and my older brother, he kept pushing me to post like a cover video on Facebook, because that seemed to be the hot trend. And like my voice was way higher, so it was a bit better. But he managed to force me to do a video of what's it called? Jealous by Labyrinth. And I posted it, and it got like a bunch of views and comments and stuff. And then since then, I was like, this is like so cool. This is insane. And then like once we started the band, when people messaged us being like, oh, your music's impacted me and got me out of a lot of different and hard situations, I think that kind of feeling is something that's can't be described, and it can't be compared to anything else. So yeah, it's something that we definitely know that we want to do for the rest of our lives.